Victoria, I did a mute all, so I think you might be muted too.
I'm sorry, I sure was. And I just was speaking. Sorry. Thank you, Michael. Okay. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, again, let's get started. Thank you, everybody. My name is Victoria Hillard. I am the Vice President of HAVIN. And on behalf of Ron Graham and the rest of our HAVIN team, I would like to just welcome you and thank you for joining us for our awesome Lost in Space workshop. And I am going to introduce to you Mr. Michael McCullough, the president of iBUG today, and he will introduce the rest of his team and get started with our awaited Lost in Space workshop. Michael, welcome and thank you.
All right. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Victoria. It is so awesome to be here on this Memorial Day weekend. And first, we would just like to recognize all of those men and women that have served our country and gave their lives to allow us the freedom to be here and to be doing things like this. So we are here with iBUG today to do the presentation. For anyone that does not know, iBUG today is a nonprofit organization that promotes the individual independence, educational development, and social integration of the blind through accessible technology training. All of our services are free, and each month we provide 12 different training sessions and 9 social events. And those range from Apple products to Android-based products. And then our social events, we have book club, we have a movie night, we have Star Trek discussion group, and several others. And you can find out more about all of that on our website, ibugtoday.org. That's ibugtoday.org. And we would love for you to join us for any and all of those different events. Okay, so that's just a little bit of background about iBUG. And now I'm going to introduce to you a couple of our advanced members. One I know most of you are familiar with, our Vice President, Sandhya Rao. She's going to be one of the presenters today. And the other one, Brad Snyder, who's actually up in the Dallas area, will be the other presenter. And they're going to just tell us all kinds of awesome things about how you can use your iPhone to find things that might be lost, to keep track of things, and including yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and now hand it over to Sandhya. And I think Sandhya is still not a co-host. Someone send you a note, Sandhya, to unmute. So hopefully you'll.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hello?
We hear you.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, thank you, Mr. McCullough, and thank you, Brad, for being here on a long weekend. And we are going to show you some fun stuff. And we hope that you will enjoy this presentation. There are kind of a lot of different things that are out there, and we're going to go ahead and get started, and then we'll be opening it up for questions after each segment. We broke it up into small chunks, so that way we can entertain your questions in a more timely manner. All right, with that, I will go on mute. Go ahead, Brad, the first one.
All righty, here we go.
Yep. So today, Brad and I are going to be showing you various apps and their functionality as far as helping us to navigate and find things. This is not intended as a deep dive review and how-to guide. This is just to show you what is possible with the iPhone in your hand and other accessories. And if you would like more help, I hear there's a little group called iBUG Today down in Texas that would be glad to assist you. So the first feature we're going to be talking about is finding a person.
My mama told me. Channel, person, adjustable.
And we're going to go over to where we need face recognition, swiping.
Switch to face recognition button. These people can be recognized. Heading. Sandhya button.
So I have already programmed myself into this program, and now I'm going to add my mother. All right, so here we have my very own mom. Mother, say hello.
Hi, hello.
Who are you?
Sanjay's mom, Rajeshwari.
All right, very good. So now we are going to take your picture. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm going to add my mom. Going to hit the add button. Okay, so now the challenge is to see if I can find my mom. She is hiding somewhere in this room. So I'm going to pan the camera around and let's see what it will tell me and see if she's, pretend like I don't know if she's here. Let me see if she's even in the room.
Mother near top right, over 14 feet away.
All right, so she cannot hide. She's there. Mother, are you over there?
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Mother, dearest. All right, so that was just a real quick demo of how to add a person, and that will be in the Seeing AI app, and Brad's going to be talking more
Take
about that
picture
app
button.
as well.
Take picture
And
dimmed.
oh, there
Switch
it
to
is.
front cam. Take picture button.
Sorry.
1/3 photos taken. Take picture button. Take picture dimmed. 2/3 photo. Take picture button. Take pic. Text field is editing. Enter person's name. Insertion point at start. Cap V. Cap N. Cap M. Cap M. K. O. O. T. T. H. H. E. E. R. R. Done. Done. Back button.
Okay, so there were the 3 pictures that were taken. It asks you to take 3 pictures and gives you feedback as to whether they're centered and so forth. So once you have got the pictures in, then you are asked to put a name with it. And then it's part of your library. And the cool thing that I found out kind of accidentally was that I was, panning my rooms and different parts of the house to see if I could find her. And, like it went up to 14 feet in my room. The other cool thing is that when I was practicing for this demo, there's a wall of family photos in our living room. And when I got there, it said mother. So that was really cool. Like it's looking at all, it just incorporates that information to help you find people and whether they're in a picture or real. So that was pretty cool. So any questions about that quick little part of finding a person? Because, we've all been in places where, I don't know about you, but I've gone to events and I didn't know that Brad was there, Michael was there. You come back and you're like, oh, you were there. But
This is Jake. I do have a question.
Excuse me. This is Cheryl, and is the name of the app called Find a Person? The one.
Sandhya got muted. The name of the app, I believe, is Seeing AI.
Seeing AI. Okay. I heard you mention that. But I was just, so what part of seeing AI do you open to take that picture?
Okay, yes.
There she
Sorry about that.
is.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's one of the channels in Seeing AI, and it's called Person.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thank you. Anybody else? Okay. And I'm, wondering if we can also just use it to label your friends in that app, because there's a separate button that says take picture. And then we've probably seen this demo where you take a picture and then it'll give a description of the person, and it'll say like how far away they are, approximate age, gender, and then like whether they look happy or sad or mad. And we've learned that if you smile, it will take 10 years off of your age. So that's the part of that app as well. All right, Brad, we will go on to the next segment.
Next one.
If anybody else has
Michael.
any questions?
Any more questions?
Michael,
Yes.
so Sandhya, do you know if you already have some pictures in your camera roll of people that, can you import those into?
Yeah,
Seeing-
that is what I didn't have time to try, but I have a feeling it'll work. I think so. I think that's one of the purpose, because there are also Siri shortcuts within Seeing AI, and one of those could be to quickly identify a person. So definitely going to follow up on that. Good question. All right.
Okay. Are we ready to move on to the next one?
Ready to move on. Yes.
All right, here we go.
Hello, this is Brad, and today I am here to provide a brief overview of the Seeing AI app from Microsoft and a demonstration of the World View feature within the Seeing AI app. As background, I will be using an iPhone 14 Pro running the latest iOS, which at the time of this recording is iOS 16.5. So let's get started. I have my iPhone here. I'm going to unlock it and go to the home screen.
14:30. Calendar, Friday,
All right,
May 26th.
We are on the home screen. Now I'm going to use Siri to open the app. Open Seeing AI. And it's open. It did not announce itself, as it sometimes does. What we have here at Seeing AI is the home screen. Seeing AI uses your iPhone's camera to look at the world around you, and it describes people and objects. And if you are using a iPhone Pro 12, 13, or 14 iPhone Pro with the LiDAR feature, it can have some enhanced capabilities as describing using 3D to describe objects around you in distance. LiDAR is a range detecting feature in the iPhone Pros that uses light to determine distance. It measures, similar to radar, but it's LiDAR uses light to measure the distance to objects. All right, let's go ahead and go to the World View channel, which is what we're going to demo today.
Document, product, person, currency, scene, preview, world, preview.
World preview. That tells us it's constantly continuing to be developed. So we're on the World View now. Again, when we go back up to the top left.
14:39. Status bar item. Menu button.
Okay, there's the menu button.
Quick help button.
Here's quick help. Let's take a look at quick help for the World View. So let's open it up.
World done button. This channel features the latest artificial intelligence and augmented reality to explore an unfamiliar space in 3D, using spatial audio. We are leveraging emerging technologies to create new experiences, and we appreciate your partnership on this journey. Your feedback is always appreciated as we continue to evolve these features. The World channel recognizes people and objects in a room, as well as their 3D position. You can also create routes through the environment for yourself, or someone else, to follow later on. This work is still experimental, so please use caution. Scan the room by slowly moving your phone around, keeping the phone upright, with the screen towards you. Be sure to also look in the same direction as the camera for spatial audio, unless using headphones that support head tracking. You will hear the names of objects which are detected as they come into view. When wearing headphones, you will hear object names spoken from their location in the room, such as the word chair coming from the chair itself. You may customize the information you receive via the filters button. You can turn on / off real-time announcements of people and / or other objects. On devices which support haptics, you can also turn on the proximity sensor to feel a deep rumbling indicating the distance to things around you. The closer the surface, the more intense the rumbling. After scanning the environment, select Spatial Summary from the Actions menu to hear all detected objects around you. You can place an audio beacon on a detected object and follow the sound to locate it. This may be useful to find a previously detected door or chair, for example. Indoor navigation enables you to create a route through a building, such as from the lobby to a particular room, and navigate that route later on by following the spatial audio cues. We are continuing to evolve this early experience. To help us improve it, please send us your feedback. Check headphones button.
Okay, we're not going to do that right now because I'm not using any headphones.
If using headphones that support head tracking, Seeing AI can play spatial audio relative to the direction you're facing, even if the camera is facing elsewhere.
Okay, headphones that support head tracking are headphones such as AirPods Pro or the Apple AirPod Max headphones and some models of the Beats, which are also Apple products. So let's proceed with the demo. Right now I am in my office and I am going to scan around. I'm holding the phone up in front of my face and I am moving. It's seeing things. Screen. I believe it's seeing my CCTV there. It may see a computer monitor. Door. There's a closet door. There's another door. Bottle. That's a bookshelf with some objects on it, and there is a decorative bottle over there. Screen. It sees a picture on the wall. It'll call that a screen as well. There's a television there someplace. Okay. I have done a laptop. I have done a 360-degree turnaround in this room. So now let's go downstairs to my living room. And we'll continue scanning around in there. Car. There's a picture of a car on the wall. See, it recognized. Picture of a Mercedes Gullwing on the wall. Laptop. I don't know why it's seeing that. Oh. I don't know why a laptop. There is a TV on the across the living room, and it's calling it a laptop. There is plants. My wife has plants in front of the window. Clock. There's no clock over there. Oh, there's a round decorative thing on the wall with a mirror in the middle of it near the front door, and it's calling that a clock. Table. It's seeing the dining room table over there. Sink. It sees the sink in the kitchen. There probably is a clock on the wall over there. So there's the clock. So that is a clock. What's this?
Refrigerator.
There's the refrigerator. Good, because we're going to use it to locate that. I'm doing I'm turning around. Plant. There's some plants on the hearth in front of the fireplace.
Plant window.
Okay. I've now completed my 360-degree turn around the room. Okay, now let's go in here to the Actions menu.
Channel, world, actions,
Actions menu. Now,
cancel button.
Let's go here.
Spatial summary.
This will give me a spatial summary. When I tap on this, again, let's listen to what it tells me. See, it's still continuing to see things. Here we go. Spatial summary.
Bottle, menu, button, chair, door, refrigerator, plant, bowl, plant, window, screen, window, plant, table, chair, clock, table.
Okay. It listed all of the things that it had seen as I was scanning the room. If I had had headphones on, it would have given that information to me in a spatial summary, whereas if something was on my left, I would hear it in my left side of my headphones, or my right side, and it will even has a way of simulating if it's in front right of me, it will sound like it's coming in the front. That's a lot of information coming at you fast, and it's a little difficult to process all that, but you can listen to it over and over again. There are 3 doors in here. There's a door to the backyard, a door to the garage, and behind me is a front door, and it will fire those off. It's saying chair because it's continuing to scan the room again. Let's look at that actions menu. There's that refrigerator.
Channel, actions.
Let's go back to the actions menu. Okay.
Actions, heading, spatial summary.
We did the spatial summary.
Place beacon.
Let's place a beacon. So here we go. It's a list of objects here.
Door, 9 feet. Search field.
Okay, I can.
Door, 9 feet.
It tells me the door is 9 feet front left. That's the door to the backyard. It never does well finding that door. I think it's because it's got a window in it.
Door, 14 feet. Front.
Front door 14. That's to the garage. 14 feet front.
Screen, 10 feet. Back right.
Screen 10 feet back. That's a TV. Back right. It's behind me and to my right.
Window, 15 feet. Back right.
Okay.
Plant, 10 feet. Back.
There's the plants that are in front of the window.
Window, 13 table, 13 clock, 10 table, 6 clock, door, 16 door, 15 refrigerator, 10 feet.
Let's go to the refrigerator. Front right. It's about 10 feet from me, it says. So here we go.
Refrigerator. Menu.
Now we hear those little sounds. If I have headphones on, if I'm not pointing right at it, it'll come out of my left ear telling me I need to turn to the left. If I'm too far to the left, it'll come out of my right ear and tell me I need to go to the right. Again, I'm not using headphones because you would not be able to hear this on the recording. So I'm going to move to where I believe the refrigerator is. And as I turn, if I had that proximity sensor on, it would also be vibrating, I believe, telling me that I'm getting closer. The sound gets a little louder. Let's see. Now, okay, I love live demos. I am now in front of the refrigerator, and it's not letting me know I'm there. Let's try a beacon again.
Window, window, table, clock, door, refrigerator, plant, window, search, door, window, table, clock, door, refrigerator, plant, window, chair, sink, 9 feet, back right.
Let's try the sink.
Sink. Menu, button.
Okay. You've turned around because it said back right. And I believe we're heading towards the sink. There it goes. I arrived in front of the sink. And that's the sound it gives you when you have located an item. Okay? So that's a beacon. They can be helpful in your, right now I'm just in my little house.
All right, very cool, Brad.
Yep. That's it. It's
I
kind of neat.
really,
The more you do it,
it's
the more
very
you get used to it.
yeah, I envision you doing little circles, pirouettes in your living room, right?
Yeah, I don't know about the pirouette thing, but I'm definitely turning around.
And so
And
you're
like I said,
holding
with
it like,
headphones on, the sounds
Uh-huh.
come out of either your left or your right, and it does guide you. And it's a little weird at first, but the more you get used to it, it's really very useful.
Are you getting haptic feedback as well?
Yes, I
Like
can
with,
turn that on as well. I had mentioned that I think that hit the cutting room floor, but there's a feature in there to turn on haptic vibration. And as you get, the sound gets a little louder, but as you get closer to objects, the vibration, the haptics get stronger. So that's another feedback. You know, you feel that in your hand when you're holding your iPhone. But
Question.
Right.
it doesn't translate well to the recording.
Of course. Anybody have any questions for Brad?
Question, this is Pete.
Yeah, I got a question. This is
Hang on,
Annette.
hang on 1 second. Go Pete first and then
Okay.
Annette. Pete,
Yeah, I was
Okay.
wondering if you can edit the items that you have captured on that. I assume that's been recorded now, that room.
No, it goes away when I close. No, and
Oh,
you
okay.
and answered first question. No, you cannot edit them.
Hmm.
When I close the app, they're gone. And I
Okay.
reopen the app and I scan the room again. It does another inventory, but
Mhm.
I'm not able to edit it. It's just a list of things that it found. And, you know,
So you
it
can't,
doesn't tell me. You know, you heard it mention window. There's several
Right,
windows in that
right.
room, one in the kitchen, a couple in the living room.
different
It doesn't tell
doors.
me which one is which. It
Yeah,
does
many
say,
screens, things like
yeah,
that.
well, and it tells the TV a screen.
Hmm.
You know, it's a big
So I was wondering if you
55-inch
could go and
TV.
label them for future reference if you came back.
No,
and-
you can't.
Yeah, okay. All right, thank
And
you.
it calls pictures screens too. You did hear
Mhm.
it say car because it recognized a car in one picture, but the rest of them,
Sure.
it just says screen.
Thank you.
It leaves a little bit to be desired, but when you use it, you get used to it.
Good, thanks.
All right. Thank you, Pete. How about Miss Annette? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was wondering if you had any experience working with that outside, and what will it do, if anything? Let's say you're walking on a sidewalk and there's an obstruction in the middle of the sidewalk. Let's say they're doing some construction or something. Sometimes they put up barricades or tape or
Right.
something. Have you had any experience with what it would do with something like that?
I have really only used it indoors,
Okay.
so I can't answer that. I'm not sure how far away it can detect things either. I've done it in a pretty large conference room, maybe, 25 feet by 40 feet, and it was able to scan that room. It also helps if there's, light. It detects things better with light, although the iPhone does pretty well in low light.
Mm-hmm.
So
Will it give you an indication? Will it say low light or unable to find, or does it give you some? No,
there
okay.
is a light detection feature. It's one of the channels, but really when you point, it's kind of useful to tell you if there's lights on in the room. We've all been in situations where we're in a room in our home and
Mhm.
sighted friends or family come over and we don't know that they've turned the lights on, and then they leave and they don't turn them off. And
Right.
it's a good way to go around the room and find out what's on, so you don't just leave lights on indefinitely.
Mhm. Okay, that's good.
This is Victoria.
Go ahead.
I just wonder how small does it, like, could somebody potentially find their keys that they may have not?
Probably not.
Okay, that's kind
Probably
of too
not.
small. Okay.
I would think so.
Must-
Well, if it's on the floor or the table, I
Mhm.
would think something's got to have enough 3D dimensions to be picked up, but a key, I
Right.
doubt that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
But hold that thought, Victoria.
Okay.
It's a good segue into the
Yes,
future
very good segue.
presentation.
Mhm.
Anybody else?
Michael.
Yes, sir.
So Brad, you mentioned you needed a phone with LiDAR to use this feature. Which iPhones have LiDAR?
It began with the 12 Pro. So your 12 Pro, Pro Max, 13 Pro, Pro Max, and 14 Pro and Pro Max. The Pros have the better camera. And so it includes the LiDAR sensor in the cameras on the Pro series models, on the last three recent models of the iPhone Pro.
Hello, it's Max.
Sorry, was
Um,
that a question?
Yeah, I have a question. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Can I use this app on my iPhone 12 without LiDAR? Can I use the world feature, or will it not
You
work?
can try. I think it's going to limit. My understanding is it's going to limit the capabilities. Now, I did a demo of this a few months back, and my understanding at that time was you had to have LiDAR for the world view. I was reading something now, and some of these features we're demoing may work with just a camera. But my understanding originally was, see, it needs the LiDAR to determine range. You heard it say things like the refrigerator, 9 feet, or an object was behind me certain distance. So I believe you've got to have LiDAR for that.
Okay, because I tried to make a route in my own apartment, and not much came out of it. There was noise, but it wasn't telling me what was around me or anything. And you said you could change the proximity, sensor and different things, and I couldn't find any of those options. So
proximity is vibration.
Okay.
And that's really all that. It's a haptic, and you should feel that. But again, I believe it's got to have LiDAR to be able to determine distance.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Final question. We probably need to move along. All right. Okay, guys, let's go for the next segment, Brad.
Okay, here we go.
Lost in love, I don't know much. Wasn't thinking aloud, fell out of touch, but I'm back on my feet and eager to be what you want.
The next app that I want to talk to you about is really exciting. It's been around for a couple of years, and it's kind of funny how you rediscover it and think about other uses for it. The app is called Navilens, Navilens, Navilens. So basically the principle is that you get some tags, and they are of varying sizes, and depending on the size of the tag, it can be seen by the camera of your phone from a longer distance. So the bigger the code, the further away you can be, and you will still find it. It is very accessible, easy to use. It picks up the tags very quickly, and it gives you a range of about 160-degree vision. So now the Navilens app is running, and now we're going to see if we can find a code.
15 inches away. Blank code of 8.27 inches. Use the personal note option to complete it. 15 inches.
So I will
Very
label
close.
it.
Blank code of 8.27 inches. Blank code of 8.27 inches. Personal annotation. Button. Personal annotation. Dictate. Button.
Closet.
Closet. Save. Button. Save. Main 20 inches away. Closet. Right. "12 inches away. Closet. Right. Right. 25 inches. Right. Below. Below. 20 inches. Very close."
So now you could use this to label the doors or closets in your room or in a hotel room or unfamiliar place. So this is in a small environment. So now I'm going to show you what you can do in a larger environment. Maybe you're in a convention atmosphere, and maybe I want to go back to my iBUG table. So I've already labeled a very large tag with the words iBUG table. And I'm going to go from my living room to my den, and we're going to watch that happen.
5 feet away. iBUG table.
All right, so now we're using the Navilens app, and I have a large tag way against
62 feet away. iBUG table. Below. Below. Ahead.
Against
ahead,
our front
below, ahead,
door.
Below.
And it's telling us
60 feet away. iBUG table. Below. Below. 58 feet away. iBUG table. Below. Below.
So it's giving me directions of how to go to the tag. and it's giving me how many feet and which way I need to
44
go.
feet away. iBUG table. Above. 42 feet. Ahead. Ahead. 39 feet.
So if I
ahead.
go slightly
left.
to the right,
left.
it's going to correct.
36 feet. Left. Left.
Good. I'm going to go back on track and go back to the left.
29 feet away. iBUG table. 27 feet. Ahead. 24 feet. Left. 21 feet. Ahead. 18 feet. Left. 15 feet. Left. Left. 11 feet. Left. 8 feet. Left. Left. 6 feet. 5 feet. 4 feet. Below. 35 inches. Below. Very close. Very close.
All right. So there you have it, the iBUG table.
12 inches away. iBUG table. Very close. Very close.
So this would allow you to label the various doors in your hotel room or an unfamiliar place. So that's in a smaller environment. Now I'm going to show you what you can do in a much larger environment. All right. There we go. Thank you very much. So that was a lot of fun. Like I said, the codes are free. Like I said, we are not going in depth into the app. There's so many settings that you can set as far as the haptic feedback, the audio feedback, right, left, what sounds you hear, when you hear them, the frequency. So it's a very powerful app, gives you a lot of information. They have been using this in public settings like bus stops and subway stations. And so just think of the power if it's labeled, if the signage is with these codes. And, so that is contingent on the municipality, making an investment and, getting the permissions and so forth with the app. And so that's in a bigger environment. And I know that there is a bus station or bus stop in San Antonio, and I know if Pete's on, he might be able to share some of that. And so, but this is like a lot of power within your smaller environment. And the other cool thing is that once you have labeled your tags, then you can share those with somebody else. So if somebody comes to your house and they're visually impaired and they have the app, then they can see them too. It's limited to about 5 people. And it's just really very exciting. I mean, I had used it before, but kind of forgot about it. And it's very forgiving. You don't have to, you just basically have to hold it at your, chest level or whatever. And it really looks for it, and it can see multiple tags at one time. And then it will, tell you the one that's most centered or the one directly in front of you. And then it can also tell you about other tags. And one more thing about the tags, you print them out and they come either 1 per page, 4 per page, 8 per page, 16 per page. You get the picture. One even with 35 per page. So you get to be really good at origami. So they, and the app is very helpful. They give a lot of tutorials about how to cut the paper if you don't have somebody to help you with that. It's just really very powerful. So I really enjoyed it. And it's just really purely dependent on the camera. And, it will tell you sometimes if the lighting is low, but it just seems to be I was just really impressed with it again. Okay. Anybody have any questions?
This is Pete.
Oh, Pete.
Just to elaborate a little bit, these are actually printed off on a home printer. When you download the app, you register your account for free, by the way, with the NaviLens website, and then you get these sized tags. That's what the NaviLens tag is, and the way to get them printed out is to use. You must have a color printer, but they have increased distance capabilities that a QR code doesn't give you because they are in color. and you can print little small ones up, and then you can self-label them. For instance, if you're in your pantry in your kitchen and you want to label your canned goods or your box goods, cereals, things like that, you can pre-label these things as you print them out and cut them yourself, or find help getting that. And as Sandhya said, you can get really good at the cutting process, the origami. But everything's free, and it's got remarkable capabilities for both, particularly in small homes and apartments and things like that.
Yeah, and I think that one of our members, I think she said that they're going to embed them on cereal boxes as well. So it's pretty
Yeah, they have.
exciting.
This is
So
Pete.
we
I'm
will.
sorry. A lot of grocery stores have done that. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Ah,
Yeah, a lot of
great.
grocery stores have done that, and a lot of the cereal manufacturers, I think Nabisco, Kellogg's has
Uh-huh.
done it with some of their more popular series. They have embedded these Navi lens codes. So in some stores, you can go to the end of an aisle and point your camera down the grocery store aisle, the supermarket aisle, and you can find the cereal that you're looking for. And some of these tags work up to 60 to 80 feet away. And in fact, Sandhya, I think in your previous demonstration here, sounded like you were in the conference room when you were looking for your iBUG table. It had large distances, like 45
Yeah.
feet, 58, 60
It
feet,
was
things like that.
actually when I started the demo, it's 62 feet. It's just like it's two rooms are kind of connected. So it's a long room. So yeah, it was pretty amazing that you could see that distance. So,
This is
and
Victoria.
all right, go ahead, Victoria.
Oh, sorry. I've never heard of this app, so I'm like really excited. But my question is for the expo, like when you were looking for the table. Sometimes it's a crowded room, so
Mm-hmm.
I see that fine as if there's you're standing there alone in the room and can get to the table. Does it kind of lose focus if somebody is blocking the view and then quickly come back in, or how does that work if it's a crowded room?
Yeah, so the trick I think is the higher it is, then it'll be more visible. So, but it
Okay.
just, yeah, that absolutely. It's not going to see it if somebody is standing in front of it.
Mhm.
And a very good point. Yeah, so that
Okay.
would be a limitation. So hopefully you kind of have a general idea where you're going, and
Right.
then I don't know if
Yeah.
it'll, if you have 20, 50, 80 people in a room, it's going to be kind of
A little more
hard. But if
difficult.
you already
Yeah.
know it's along this wall, then hopefully it'll help you. But yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Got it.
If it's something blocking, you're not going to find it. So
Got it. Thank you.
Hello, it's
This
Max
is
here.
Sarah.
but there's more. There will be another app that will help you with that. Go ahead, Sarah.
Hey,
Hey.
so I assume that was what the above and below identification was whether the
Right.
sign was above or below.
Right,
What about,
because I'm in a wheelchair, so my range is a little lower. So if somebody was walking, then they would be holding it up higher. So
Sure.
that's kind of gonna take that into consideration. And you have another question or comment?
Yeah. What about making it? First of all, you can print it on labels, I assume, so that you'd be sticking it on things. And second of all, can you make it waterproof? Like if you put it
I
on a
guess
bus
you
stop?
could laminate
sign?
it or something. It does have to be on glare-free paper. I think I read that. So yeah, I don't see why you couldn't put it on a label paper, but sky's the limit. And the cool thing is you can customize it. There are two sets of labels. There's some that are pre-prepared, pre-programmed, and then there's ones that you can label yourself.
I have a
Give you
question.
a lot of them. Okay. Yes.
I have a question. This is Chris in Dallas.
Go ahead, Chris.
Hi. So my question is, can you give me the spelling of that app again? It sounds like a really neat app. Novolens.
Yeah. Okay. It's like Navy, N-A, N is in Nancy, A is in Apple, V is in Victor, I is in India, Lens, L-E-N-S, Navi Lens.
Okay. Navi Lens. Okay. Got it.
Yeah,
Thank
and I
you.
think it was designed or developed by a gentleman in Spain, right, Pete? believe
Yes.
so.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, and there's a very cool interview out there, so definitely check it out on Blind Abilities. So, all right. Okay. Any final questions? We're going to move on to the next
Linda.
part. Go
Oh.
ahead, Linda.
Can you use this outside, like on your mailbox or a trash can?
Sure. Yeah, we've had members that labeled their mailboxes, or if they take the dog out for a walk and they want to make sure they go back to the right house, you know. So if Fluffy is
Did you
disoriented,
say
you will
that?
definitely have another tool.
And you said San Antonio Via Transit is using it, I believe.
Yeah, that's the one.
And I know they've got a pilot program in New York City, at least on a couple of bus routes.
Very cool.
Another
It's
point
huge.
is that the Navilens people are encouraging users to talk to their cities and their transportation systems and recommend that they adopt it. And then the Navilens company will work with particularly larger corporations, companies, and they can label the inside of their buildings, or with towns and cities, and they can label bus stops. And yeah, like San Antonio, there's a large bus stop in Manhattan in New York City that they have a large laminated tag, so it is waterproof, and they have it posted high up on a bus stop enclosure, and you can detect, your phone can detect it from up to 80 feet away, and you don't have to be pointing your camera directly at the tag. It can pick it up from almost a 180-degree angle, so you can be facing, you know, to the right, and if the tag is in front of you, it may still detect it if you just get inside the 180-degree angle.
Yeah, to add to that, I'm not a master of angles, but I actually had some labels on like a credenza in our living room, and as I was going by, it saw them even though they were just flat on the table. So it's pretty amazing what it can see. So okay, and I think the answer to Victoria's question is if we put those tags higher up, and then, you know, if you know that you should be looking for them, maybe that will solve the people blocking the tag problem. Okay, final question. We need to probably move along.
Michael.
Yes, sir.
So as you're walking towards the tag, and it may have said it. I mean, I didn't hear it in the demo. I mean, you may have said it. Does it give you a signal when you're, you know, I mean, if it's within 180 degrees, then that's pretty wide field. And so how do you navigate towards it? How does it tell you when you're, is there a signal when you're offline?
Yes, it'll say, you know, it'll say ahead if you're going correctly. And then if you deviate, like I went to the right on purpose, and then it said left, left, left. And so then it gets you back on course.
And is it giving you haptic feedback on that too, or?
There's a lot of stuff going on in that app. I think you can set that up, and you know, I don't remember specifically if that had haptic feedback. I can't remember, but there's a lot of audio feedback. So I'm probably assuming there is some haptic.
Okay.
I think it's,
and
yeah.
obviously it's, you know, using line of sight. So if there's, well, like Victoria said, if, you know, people or other obstacles in the way, but even if it's up high, then if you've got a field of, you know, if it's in the line of sight, even if it's high, and then there's other obstacles, like, you know, you're got to walk around tables or chairs, then you still have to do your own orientation, mobility to navigate that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. And the caveat for all of these applications is they tell you, you know, there's a lot of safety issues, and there's no warranty for safety, and you need to use your common sense and so forth. They're giving you information, but you know, if you run into a table or whatever, that's your own fault. So no warranties there. Okay, Brad, I think we will move on to the next segment.
Okay, here we go.
Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you.
let's go back upstairs to my office and let's try to do a route. Okay? My office is in a little loft up above the living room. Okay, here we are. Let's go back to the actions menu. Actions. And what I'm going to do, indoor navigation. Let's see.
Brad's office to master bath.
I did
Button.
that.
Delete.
I'm going to delete it.
Alert. Delete route. Are you sure you want to cancel? Button. Are you sure you want to cancel? Delete. Button.
Okay, I did that. I meant to cancel it before we started. Okay, I'm going to set a route from my office to the master bath.
Routes. Heading. Quick help.
There is an add button. So I'm going to hit add, and we're going to start this procedure. Okay, it tells me
cancel before walking the route. It's important to capture the area around the starting point thoroughly so that someone following the route can easily find it. If possible, choose a starting point that has distinguishing characteristics. Avoid large blank surfaces, reflective materials, and repeating patterns. After tapping continue, show the camera around the area where the route starts. Scan all directions including tilting slightly up and down. Imagine painting a sphere with yourself at the center.
Okay.
Continue.
Here we go. Continue. We're going to get started here. I'm standing in my office in the middle of the room. So I am now going to go slowly, and I'm turning in a 360-degree circle.
25% completed.
I can hear it.
50% completed.
I'm moving the phone up and down and tilting it sideways and back and forth as I go.
73% completed. 75% completed.
Come on.
83% completed.
And
89% completed.
oh, I've had to
96% completed.
96. Come on.
Continue showing the camera your surroundings. 100% completed. Enter a descriptive name for the starting
Okay,
point of your room, such as lobby or my office.
I did 2 full 360-degree turns around before it decided I had completed.
Enter a descriptive name. Text field.
Okay, let's call
Insertion
it
point at end. Dictate button.
my office.
Inserted my office.
Okay, so we gave it my starting point a title. Okay.
Continue button.
In my earlier example, that could have
Now
been
walk to the destination
front door of a building. Let's hear.
and tap end route.
Okay, we're going to walk to the destination. We're going to go to the master bath because that's like going from one extreme end of my house to the other one. So I am now going down the stairs, and we will hear it drop beacons. There you go. It dropped a beacon or a waypoint, whatever it calls them. I'm going down the stairs. Continues to drop points. Another one as I turn the corner at the bottom of the stairs. I'm going through the kitchen. Every time I turn or get to, it's all that wall in front of me. Now through the dining area. Down the hallway, past the laundry room. Into the bedroom. And into the master bath. Now we've reached our destination. Let's hit
End route button.
end route.
Enter a descriptive name for the route destination. Save. Dim. Button. Add any additional notes. Enter a descriptive name for the route name. Text field.
Text field.
Insertion point at end. Dictate button.
Master bath.
Inserted master bath. Dictate
Okay.
button. Dictate button. Add any additional notes to notes. Optional.
I don't have
Text
anything
field.
else to say.
Save
I'm
button.
going to save it.
Saving your route.
There, it's saving it. All right. Now, the only bad thing I can really say about this is it's a one-way route.
Close button.
So I cannot use it to go back to where I came from. I would have to create another route. But let's go back up to the office, and we are going to start over and follow this route. I'm almost there. Okay. Okay, back up here in the office. So let's start this route. I'm on this list.
Show all routes button.
Show all
Show all
routes.
route. My office to master path button.
Okay, there it is.
Actions available.
Action available. I'm going to double tap on it.
My off alert. Follow button.
Okay, I got two choices. I can follow it.
Share button.
I can share it. We'll do that later.
More button.
More. I don't know what's in more. Let's see.
My office to master path. From my office to master path. Follow button. Share button.
Okay, same choices. Okay.
Follow button.
Here we go. We're going to follow it.
7 5 6 0.
Now, I am following it.
Red. Good afternoon, Miss.
Got that same sound like when we were following the beacon.
I spoke with Mrs. Du
And
Bois
if I
about
had headphones on, that would guide me
He
to
wanted
left
me
or
to tell
right.
you. It will be on a tag or sticker on the
Down
adjustment.
stairs.
Window. 3 p.m.
Car.
Leon Couch Legal
You
News.
hear that little sound? That's
Looking
whenever
up.
it gets to one of those beacons that it drops.
Messages.
Another beacon.
Table. Refrigerator. Table.
It's
Refrigerator.
telling me the things that it sees. There's another beacon that it dropped before, a waypoint, I should call
Table.
it.
Sink. Sink. Cup.
Yep.
My chair.
Again, if I had headphones on,
Chair.
I would be hearing this in spatial left and right to help guide me.
Door.
Almost there.
Door. Window. Chair. Sink. Chair. Door. Microwave.
And here I am,
Menu. Button.
right at the point where I ended my route. So there's some things about that that are a work in progress. I'd like to try it sometime with a route that I didn't create myself and see how well it would actually work. I feel since I created this route, I'm in such a small space here at my home that I know where I'm going. I'd like to try it when I don't know where I'm going. Anyway, this concludes my demo of the Seeing AI app and the World View feature. I hope you found this useful.
Definitely. Thank you, Brad.
All right.
Just had one other thought. You were talking about the route, and you said that you can share that with someone, right? You
Yeah,
can
I
send it
meant
to
to
somebody else.
demo that and it got lost. What you do is you go there, you go to share, and it brings up your share sheet that I'm sure you've seen many times on an iPhone. You could share it via text or via an email, and you can send someone this route. And I haven't tested this part of it, but you should be able, for the person who's receiving the route, receive it, say, in a text message or email, tap on it on your iPhone, and I would expect you are then prompted to something like, hey, do you want to add this to this route to your Seeing AI app? And you add it, and then that person would have it. That would enable you to, like I said, we're doing this in my house, but let's say I'm in a building and I want to send this to someone, and I want to create a route for them to get, say, from the front door of a building, office building, for example, to the elevator. And then they can create another route. Obviously, once they get off the elevator, that might take them from the elevator to the door of an office or a receptionist desk or something like that. So, and again, I said they're one way. It's not, you can't retrace it back. You would have to do another route to get them back to the elevator or from the elevator back to the front door of the building. But
Okay, but that's definitely, and I do have to mention that I was kind of felt like a little bit like you were a serial killer going down the stairs as you were
yeah, well, what can I say? Very Hitchcockian.
making your path. I am getting closer to the shower. Good
Yeah.
killer. All right, very good. Anybody have questions? And this is sort of, similar to another app that we've talked about called the Clue app, and that did allow for reverse route and so forth. So this is a little bit different. All right, who would like to ask a question?
This is Rick.
Go ahead.
I think this question may have been asked already, but would that program, that whole process work outdoors as well?
I haven't tested it outdoors.
Okay.
It might. Again, it's similar to the question of finding, objects in a room. It did say in the instructions for this that it's best to not go across wide open spaces, go near a wall or other things that it can see, the camera sees and can use for reference points. So I would think walking across a wide open area might not work so well, such as down a sidewalk where there's, houses and things are a good distance away. I would think this is best suited for indoor navigation, which actually, come to think of it, it is labeled. This feature is called indoor navigation. There are other apps that may be useful for outdoor.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else?
This is Terry.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I missed which app is this this was the demo for?
Seeing AI. It's part of the worldview feature.
Got it.
Channel, I should call it.
Okay, anybody else? Gonna move along. All right, we're ready for the next segment, Brad.
All right, here we go.
I didn't mute you, Brad. It is called Find My, FINDMY. The best part of this app is that it allows you too to become a stalker. How, you may ask? Because with this app, you can find people, your various Apple devices, and other items that you have marked with a tracker, such as an AirTag. Let's see how it works. So, in order to find a person, you should already be sharing your location with that person. So you have obtained permission from that person to share your location, and then you too can share your location with them. So I have legitimately obtained the permission of the following people in my list, and let's see who's in the list.
Mother, Houston, TX, now, 0 miles.
Okay, there's my mother.
Krishnavini Sajaya Reddy, Pebble Beach, CA, now, 1,603 miles.
That's my niece.
Anu Rao, Pebble Beach, CA, 2 minutes ago, 1,603 miles.
Oh my goodness, my sister and niece went to Pebble Beach and didn't tell me. Oh my goodness. See how powerful this app is?
Krishnavini Sajaya Reddy, Pebble Beach, CA, now, 1,603 miles.
That's my niece.
Anu Rao, Pebble Beach, CA, 2 minutes ago, 1,603 miles.
Oh my goodness, my sister and niece went to Pebble Beach and didn't tell me. Oh my goodness. See how powerful this app is? All right, a little bit of an echo. Sorry about that. All right, so pretty straightforward, and there's a lot of further features within that finding of people, keeping track of people. You can find out when a person arrives at a certain place, when they leave a certain place. You can share your location with a friend for, you know, a short time, for till the end of the day, forever. So there's lots of other features as far as sharing your location and monitoring what other people are doing. Quick question, anybody? Oh, let's see. All right, you should be able to unmute. Any stalkers out there?
This is Vincent.
Go ahead, sir.
Would this work across platform, let's say with an Android user?
No, pretty sure not. This is
be.
Find My is pretty much
Find My,
on the
yes.
iPhone. Brad?
Oh, yeah, that's good to find my iPhone. I was thought we talked quite Pebblebee.
Yeah, that'll be a tracker. We're going to talk about that in a bit.
Yep.
I used to Find My to locate my cane. When I moved into my house about 8 years ago, my family wanted me to use the cane around the house. And then some of my rehab instructors said, oh, you won't need it in a week. Well, I don't need it all the time, but I got in the habit of doing that because my family was so emphatic about my doing it. And I am losing the cane all the time. And so I get my phone out and I find it.
All right. And I believe that there is the capability to use SIRI in conjunction with this feature. I mean, there's a lot that you can do with this, but we're just trying to show you the highlights. All right. Anybody else? Say your name.
It's Max with a quick tip.
Go ahead.
It's sort of indirectly related to Find My, but if you have an Apple Watch, you can ping your iPhone either by pressing the button on it, or you can tell Siri to ping your iPhone. Or if you misplaced your watch, you can tell your iPhone to ping your watch.
Definitely.
And then you can also, I'll let you guys deal with pinging air tags and everything else, but you can do that too.
Yes, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay, well, I think we are ready for our final segment. Brad, hang on, let's
All right,
mute.
here goes the last one.
Who let the dogs out?
Okay, so I'm going to try to use the air tag. I have placed one on my dog, and so I'm going to find her, and she is labeled. Her name is Misha.
Misha.
And then I can play a sound. She's very close by.
Find. Nearby. Button. Play sound. Off. Play sound. Connecting.
So it is fairly faint, so you might want to have to play that over and over until you can locate the sound. And then here comes the precision finding, and I'm going to double tap on that finding, and it's going to give me some directions, and I'll also get haptic feedback.
Find. Nearby. Button. 1.5 feet nearby.
And the phone is kind of
1.4 feet
vibrating,
nearby.
and I'm moving my phone towards it.
1.3 feet, 1.2 feet nearby, 1.1 foot near, 1 foot near, 0.0.0.0.0.0.0.0 here.
Misha, can you say hello? Misha. Good job. So up to this point, we've been talking about the Apple AirTags, and there are several third-party producers of trackers out there. One of them is Pebblebee, and some of the advantages of this set of trackers is that the tone tends to be a little bit louder. So I'm going to play it for you. So it's definitely louder. They tend to be cheaper because you don't have to buy any accessories for them to hold them, unlike the AirTags. So the Pebble Bee clip comes with a little metal loop, and it comes with a rechargeable battery, very handy. Definitely don't lose the little charger. It only needs charging every like 6 months, and well, I put mine away so safely that I couldn't find it again. That was a problem. And then the other one is the Pebble Bee card. And that one is, as the name implies, you can fit it into a wallet and you can track your wallet. However, these third-party trackers do not have the precision finding that we talked about with the AirTag, so you will not be able to get specific directions. The final thought is that the some of these show the location of your device on a map, and unfortunately that doesn't do us a lot of good. But with the third-party Pebble Bee tracker, you can share that tag with somebody else. In my case, I'd probably share it with my niece so she could see where Misha is, whereas the AirTags do not allow you to do that. So I hope this helps you find your stuff. All right. All right.
Pete,
All right. Go ahead, Pete.
quick question, two-part. Does Misha, number one, ever freak out when she hears her collar with the tag is beeping? And number two, does she ever run away when you chase her with the phone or the iPad with it talking, using voiceover? I would imagine that depends on the dog, so I withdraw the question.
she doesn't. It's funny. I mean, it's not funny, but it's like she's got this tag, and then sometimes when it's a low battery or something triggers it, if it's near something else, and then she'll hear it, and then she starts shaking her head like that's really going to help. It's like, poor baby. But she was very good. She waited on the bed to be part of the demo, so she was a good girl today. Just today. Anybody else? Great question.
This is Terry.
Go ahead, Terry.
Did you give her a treat for doing such a good job with the demo? But my real question is, could you spell Pebble Bee?
Yes, it's Pebble, like a rock, Pebble, and then it's Bee. I'm pretty sure.
All one word?
No, I think it's two words.
Okay. Pebble Bee. Okay.
And the prices, it's about $29. You can buy them in a pack. And, also the AirTags are a comparable price, but like I said, you have to buy something to hold them. So that adds to the cost. Sometimes the accessories are more than the AirTag themselves. You can get them customized, engraved, all kinds of fancy stuff. And you can also buy cheap ones like I did on Amazon. Okay, I heard another question. Somebody had a hand raised.
Yes, this is Cheryl again. And on the Pebble Bee, is that something you can buy at Best Buy, or you go into the App Store for?
It's a third-party app, so I just did it on Amazon. Previously, it was only available through their website, but now it's really easy. So you can just go to Amazon.
Okay, so I have to, say I want to put the Pebble Bee on my dog's collar. I usually, I've been doing Chipolo, and for some reason, the Chipolo doesn't work consistently. It's a neat little sound if it works, but I've had problems with it. But on this Pebble Bee, so I would buy the device through Amazon and then download
the app. Yeah, you would download the app, then you would open the app, and then you would have the new Pebble Bee tag would be the clip is what you would want for your dog. And then you would, it'll pair it. Usually you'll have Bluetooth on and it'll find it. And then I'll be able to name it. And then you're ready to go.
I think that I might like that better than what I have, but that is so good because like I said, I have a little dachshund and she's kind of ornery sometimes.
Yeah, my Misha is an escape artist, so an open door is an invitation. So
Sometimes this is a good clue to get them to come to you.
uh
I found sometimes, I would have her do it, and then she would come to me.
All right. Very good. I think Max, I mean, nobody has to raise their hand. You can just say your name, but go ahead. I think I saw Max. Go ahead.
Is Max here? Yep. I just wanted to say you did a good presentation. Have you ever tried the title tags? I've heard of those, and the one advantage is they have a lot of different sound effects. So if you have several title tags, you can have each one with a different sound effect, and they're very loud.
That is a really great question. And in my haste to cover all these different things, I forgot to mention a really critical aspect of the air tags is what is happening is that there are millions and millions of iDevices out there, iPhones, iPads, Apple, you name it, right? And we have several ourselves. And so that is a network, an encrypted network. So if you lose one of your tags, somebody else's device will pick it up and it just sends a signal. And that's how you are going to find out where it is. Like I said, there's more to what you can do. You can put these things in lost mode, tell somebody what your phone number is if they find it. I mean, there's so much power. But as to your question about the Tile app, it is good. I've tried it as well. And yes, there are different sounds. You can customize it, but the network is not as robust. And so therefore, it's going to take a little longer to get the feedback to find out, where your device is.
Thank you.
That help. All right. Anybody else? And there are security concerns. We probably read about the air tags and whether they're being used to, I was kidding about the stalking, but there are, nefarious people out there. And so there is, Apple is concerned about your safety as well. So it does let you know if an unfamiliar air tag is following you, but it may be a little while. It may not be right away. All right. Anybody else?
Michael?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just a quick little story about the use of an AirTag. I keep them in my backpack and also in my luggage whenever I travel. And that helps me when I get to the carousel to pick up my luggage to, identify my luggage. On one trip recently here, I got back from Norway back in March. And once I got back into the Houston airport and down looking for my luggage, it wasn't signaling. And then I had somebody there that was helping me actually look for it. I described it and all the luggage had come out and they said, no, it's not there. So they escorted me over to the luggage office, claim office, and to report it that it hadn't come in. And so the attendant there starts looking it up and, checking where my flight came from and all of that. And in the meantime, I was sitting there, I went ahead and, kept watching the app. And I noticed that I was getting a signal from over Canada. And I said, I think my luggage is somewhere over in Canada. And then about 10 minutes later, as I was sitting there and she's still looking up on the computer, I saw it move across Canada a little bit. And I said, I think it may be flying over Canada. And so the lady looks again and said, sure enough, my luggage, well, I had a changeover. I had to go from Oslo to Amsterdam. And it was a real tight connection. I barely just made it myself, but obviously my luggage didn't make it. So they ended up putting my luggage on a different flight, which was going to go, the next flight out was going to actually go to San Francisco. And so that flight was actually the route, put it over Canada to San Francisco. And then the next day it was going to be flown back to me from San Francisco to Houston. So that was nice just to watch my luggage. And sure enough, I watched it the rest of the day as it went from Canada and then came down to San Francisco and then sat in San Francisco for the next 12, 15 hours before they.
Easily entertained, aren't we?
Yeah, right.
Too much time on his hands, I tell you. Well, very cool. Yes, and
That is very cool.
the nightmare summer scenarios last year when people saw their luggage piled up and so forth. That was also using air tags, and I think it was Lufthansa that actually barred people from using them for a while because they didn't want passengers to know where their luggage was. So that was caused a little bit of a strife there. All right, anybody else?
This is Sarah.
Go ahead, Sarah.
Michael, where do you put the way tag in your luggage? Like how far can it be read through, like a hard cover or a soft cover, whatever, of luggage?
So I have like a soft cover cloth, luggage, and it's just in one of the outer pockets. I don't use any special. I don't buy any special holders or anything to put it on. I just throw it inside of a pocket. I found.
Is there any rule, like how sort of in depth it can be in a container or luggage or purse or whatever?
It's just loose inside the pocket. So
yeah,
if somebody unzips it and flips my luggage upside down, it'll fall out. But and same thing in my backpack. I just throw it and it's just down in the bottom of my backpack.
Okay, thank you.
Great question. Anybody else? All right. We have covered a lot of different tools today, and there's so much more out there that we would like to share with you. And we want to thank HAVIN for inviting us to be here to make this presentation. And thank you, Brad and Mr. McCulloch, and all the good questions. And definitely, if you want to explore any of these, we frequently at iBUG do demonstrations of just this kind of thing. Things that we think would help the blind and visually impaired community. So we're always looking for new ideas. If you found something new that you'd like to share with us, definitely let us know. And definitely check out the HAVIN website and the iBUG website. We're all here to share information and empower each other. All right, Mr. McCulloch, Brad, want to say anything?
Pleasure to be here.
Say good night, Brad.
And
Thank you guys so much.
The spelling of iBUG, it's IBUGTODAY.org.
That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right.
Okay,
and
so it would tell me on there how I could get in touch with you all, and if I needed some instruction on something, you would
yes. And just a real quick pitch. All of our services are free. And, just visit our website. We do one-on-one training. We do group training on the iPhone, Mac, and Android. And we do a lot of social events. We do the movie night every Friday, book clubs coming up. We do Star Trek. So there's lots of different things. And we'd love to share and love to meet you. And we hope you will join us. All right,
Are the Star Treks and movies, are they in person or online?
These are everything we're doing is virtual right now, and so you can listen to the Star Trek episodes ahead of time, and then we get together and discuss them. We're listening to Star Trek: The Next Generation season 6. I think we're about to episode 14 and 15. So if you want to be on that list, you need to send us an email, and we will add you to that list. And that's actually coming up this week. Will be our next Star Trek. So we have a lot going on, and we are just so grateful to be here. And it was fun. We enjoy this, and we hope that we get to see you soon. And Mr. McCulloch, you want to say hello? Goodbye.
And before everybody leaves, don't forget about our door prize. So
I'm just going to hand it back to Victoria. I know she was getting ready to do the door prize.
Oh, yes, no, that's okay. I just didn't want people to start leaving just in case they are the winner. So,
don't leave.
yes, no, but first I want to thank you guys so much. it always amazes me, and I'm very an advanced iPhone user, but every time I listen to you guys and join one of it, I always learn something new. I just love it. So thank you guys so much for that presentation. It was awesome. And I am,
Thank you.
and you're welcome. And I am ready. And also, just so that everybody knows, iBUG is also a part of Haven as well. So just want to let that be known because we have some awesome organizations with us, and iBUG is one of them. So now, okay, so without further ado, are you guys ready to give out a door prize? So so what I've been doing while the presentation was going on is I went ahead and I did our spreadsheet because there is 26 of us minus our co-hosts and our hosts and things of that nature. So I went ahead and I did it, and I randomly chose a number. And today's winner is going to be winning a $25 cash or gift card, and we will get with that person after. But the winner is going to be Brenda Knowles. Brenda Knowles. Is Brenda still here?
Yes, she is.
Yes. Well, congratulations, Brenda. You
Thank
are
you.
the winner. Okay. So we will be reaching out to you, Brenda. And Ron Graham, who is our president, will be reaching out to you and getting that coordinated with getting you your prize. Okay.
Thank you so much. And thank you for this workshop. I really enjoyed it and learned a lot.
Awesome. That is very good to know. So if there is nothing else, it's iBUG team. Does anybody else have anything they want to add? I know we can keep going all day because I had all kinds of questions, but I'm going to go ahead and save them, and I will contact y'all directly because I do have some one-on-one questions. So, but thank you again. Appreciate it, and thank you all
This
for
is
joining.
Sandhya, real quick.
Mhm.
I was
Go ahead.
just gonna add one more quick thing that we do that really does seem to help a lot of people is on the Monday nights we have a Q&A, and it's purely real-time question and answer. So any question that you might have with your iOS or app or peripherals, you can call in on our Zoom conference line, and then we will get you real answers right then and there.
Awesome. Yes, awesome. And then they can go to iBUG today for the direct links, the Zoom links, and all of the Zoom information, correct? iBUG
Yes,
today.
ma'am. And we use the same Zoom link for everything, so it makes it
Awesome.
easy.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, and thank you all for joining. And
I have
everybody.
I have a quick question.
Uh-huh.
This is Cheryl again. Do you all know the steps on how to put your all your Zoom links, how to organize them? Do y'all put them on your desktop, or how do you do that?
Does anybody have a suggestion? I personally don't do that. I just I usually go to my Zoom history for repeat Zoom calls that I do. There's a button when you're going to join, like on the app, and it'll say the history. So I usually just kind of scroll down till I find the one that I use over and over again. Mm-hmm.
This is Terry.
This is Brad.
Okay. Terry, go ahead, Terry, and then Brad.
You can do that, but if you want to do it so that you don't have to put in the code, a digital code each time, you can put the links in your contacts list and label the link, and then when you get to it, that's the way to do it if you're going to sort them out, because then when you press on that link, it won't ask you
for the
passcode. But if you do it from Zoom, you do have to put in that 6-digit passcode each time.
Yes,
so that's another way to do it, which is very efficient. But I use what you often do, especially if I know that particular Zoom link is not going to require a passcode, because I have a couple of those where they don't.
That is awesome. So you would just create a contact like for iBUG and then create the, save the link as a website or something to that effect. And then
Yes,
just click on, open up your contact and click on that link. Oh,
correct.
that's a good one. Thank you for
Because there
sharing
is a
that.
place in there to put that link.
Mm-hmm.
So
Awesome.
on the computer itself, like if you use JAWS, what do you, if you're into, where do you go on the computer to find your previous links in Zoom? That's where I was curious.
I believe when you are, I think it'll give you an option to join meetings. If it'll say join a meeting in progress and then a bright. I believe it's on top of it. I'm not sure because I use my phone a lot, but I do know it's on the web as well, on the website, on the Zoom app, on the phone. I mean, on the computer. But if you, it's a button, I believe. It's like a drop down. It'll be a drop down and you can just drop down, but I'm not exactly sure where it's at, but it is on there with the join meetings, enter, or start a meeting, join a meeting, and then it'll say history, meeting history.
So it's just on the Zoom app itself in the computer that you go to that.
Yes, and Brad yes, I believe so, but somebody can correct me, please. But Brad,
No,
go ahead. Do you have?
You're correct, but again,
Okay.
you still have to know the passcode.
The passcode
for those.
Mhm.
There's a better way, is to save that on, depending upon your device. There's a way to do it on each different device. Since you brought up JAWS, that assumes you're using a Windows PC. There is a number of ways to create a desktop link. You can save, copy, and paste that URL to your clipboard. And on your desktop, you can make sure you don't have any items selected. You can open your applications menu, and you should find a create a new, and then under new, create a desktop shortcut. And you can create a shortcut with the URL as a destination, and it should open it in your default browser. You can also paste that into the address bar of your browser, and then there should be a way to save that URL as a link that's specific to that browser. I use a Mac, and I'm able to do it in Safari. It's very simple. And I have them, for a while I had a bunch of them on my desktop. Then I got smart and made a folder for them. And it's real nice because then you can name them whatever you want to name them, whether it's on your Mac or on a Windows PC. You can name them whatever you want to name them once they're created, and it works real well. You can organize them in a folder. You could put that folder someplace else and even make a shortcut to that folder that will open that folder. I've got about 25, 30 links saved in a folder, and it's a real handy way to stay organized.
Oh, Brad, that just reminded me, and this is done in Google Chrome. I use Google Chrome, but if you're on a web page, which the link you would be on in your Zoom web page, if you go to the file and then scroll down to more tools, you can go right, arrow right, and then go down to create shortcut.
Exactly.
And if you create that shortcut, it will put that link on. You can name it, and you could name it, it'll allow you to say iBUG, iBUG Zoom conference call or whatever you want, and then hit save. And then on your desktop, that iBUG today will be on there, and you just go to the desktop and click on it. And every time it will go to that Zoom link.
I'm a little bit confused. What are y'all's email addresses, Brad? And is your name Victoria?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is, Victor.
How do I get in touch with you?
If you can get a hold of me, if you write iBUG today at gmail.com, Sandhya or Michael will get it, and they can direct you.
Okay.
To
because I
me
might
or
need
one of them.
might need you to type the steps down. Yeah.
You see, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
That
awesome.
would be great. That would be great. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, everybody. Well, this is the first day of our holiday weekend, and I'm Monday, everybody school's out, work's off. So I hope that everybody enjoys this holiday weekend, get some much needed R&R, and be safe. And thank you again for joining us. Guys, take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. This
Thank
was my
you.
first time here and I very much enjoyed it. I'm real familiar with
Awesome.
iBUG, so I
Thank you,
was happy to
everyone.
be a part of it.
Awesome. Glad to hear that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you guys. Good night. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
See everyone. Good job, everybody.